In sports, the annual NCAA National Basketball Tournament tipped off south of the border March 15th, and this year's incarnation of the 64-team tournament is without a clear-cut favorite, putting extra emphasis on the term March Madness. The 4 number 1 seeds in this year's tournament are Xavier, Virginia, Kansas, and Villanova. The NFL free agency period began on March 14th, and there are many familiar faces in new places. Former Redskins quarterback Kirk Cousins signed a 3-year deal with the Minnesota Vikings. Former Vikings quarterback Sam Bradford, Case Keenum, and Teddy Bridgewater signed with the Cardinals, Broncos, and Jets. The Green Bay Packers were busy right out of the gate, signing 5-time Pro Bowl tight end Jimmy Graham and former Pro Bowl defensive lineman Muhammad Wilkerson. The team also cut veteran wide receiver Jordy Nelson. The Cleveland Browns were also busy turning over a roster that failed to win a game in 2017, acquiring quarterback Tyrod Taylor, running back Carlos Hyde, wide receiver Jarvis Landry, cornerbacks Demarius Randall, and TJ Carey. The team also announced the retirement of 6-time All-Pro tackle Joe Thomas, who played over 10,000 consecutive snaps during his 11-year career with the Browns. Over in Pyeongchang, the Canadian women's hockey team fell short in the gold medal game to the Americans 3-2 in a shootout. This marks the first time since 1998 that the Canadian women's national hockey program has finished in Olympic Games with anything less than gold. The Canadian men's curling team lost to the Americans 5-3 in the semifinal match. This marks the first time that the men's team has missed the Olympic finals in Olympic competition since the sport was reintroduced back in 1998. Canada will compete for bronze versus Switzerland on February 23rd. In the overall medal standings, Canada currently sits third with 9 gold, 7 silver, and 8 bronze, bringing their total to 24. In other sports, the red-hot Toronto Maple Leafs look for their 7th win in their last 8 against the New York Islanders on February 22nd. The Eastern Conference leading Toronto Raptors make their post-All-Star break return against Milwaukee on February 23rd, and your Kitchener Rangers look to add to their Midwest Division lead as they host Sudbury on February 23rd. In sports, in a much-anticipated matchup that many considered will determine the home field advantage in the AFC, the New England Patriots held off the Pittsburgh Steelers 27-24 in a nail-biting showdown that ended in controversy, when it was determined that Steelers tight end Jesse James did not complete the process of completing a catch that would have been the game's final winning touchdown in the final seconds of the game. It was a first-round knockout for the Los Angeles Rams and a pivotal tilt with their division rivals, the Seattle Seahawks. The Rams took a commanding 34-0 halftime lead and never looked back, thrashing the Seahawks 42-7 on the strength of 4 Todd Gurley touchdowns. The Dallas Cowboys kept their playoff hopes alive as they held off the Oakland Raiders 20-17. Raiders quarterback Derek Carr fumbled into the end zone on the game's final minute, resulting in a touchback for the Cowboys that would seal the game. The Cowboys star running back Ezekiel Elliott makes his much-anticipated return Sunday. Elsewhere, the Atlanta Falcons held off the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Monday Night Football. The Carolina Panthers outlasted the Green Bay Packers in Aaron Rodgers' return, and the Minnesota Vikings and Jacksonville Jaguars clinched division titles in blowout victories. That recaps the craziness that was Week 15 in the NFL. Back to you, Matthew.